The blind have a lot to fear when it comes to the LOOKSSEE's existence. The grief is quite strong. So let's see what happens when the one who must release is blind. Someone of complete blindness is likely to have a lot of trouble in regards to the LOOKSSEE. Say they're at home after a long day's work, just sitting in the kitchen trying to relax, when they notice a note on the table. They won't know what it says, not at first. It's possible the LOOKSSEE would provide something in Braille, but who knows? A blind person will still be able to read it, if not through Braille, then with their phone, through Be My Eyes or Seeing AI. Quickly they would discover the words on the note reading, "If you yourself cannot release, then it will come to take a piece." At first they may be confused why they even have such a note here, although it might start to sink in a little bit as they start hearing sounds around the house, the LOOKSSEE stalking them. This is where things become more complex. What exactly do they have to release? You see, that's what makes someone of complete blindness a prime target for the LOOKSSEE. You see, not only do they have to deal with some of the common struggles of life, whether it's losing a family member, a divorce, and so on and so forth, but this is someone without sight. Whether this person was born with complete blindness or it happened later on, this becomes a new source of grief, one that can be very hard to let go of, and one that returns from time to time. The same goes with someone of legal blindness, although there are a few key differences. When it comes to someone of legal blindness in dealing with the LOOKSSEE, they will have an easier time noticing the note. Depending on how large the print words are, they could potentially read it without their phone, but likely will still use it. Another change is that someone of legal blindness would likely be messed with visually as well as with sounds. They might see something at the corner of their eye, despite it being blurry, which could make them very paranoid. One thing that is unclear is whether or not, if somebody were to have a guide dog, if that dog were to be able to detect the LOOKSSEE or not. As of now, that is hard to say. Someone of low vision is possibly going to have the worst time. While this individual will be able to detect the LOOKSSEE much quicker, being able to see the note dependent on how blurry their vision is, as well as both auditorily and visually detect where the LOOKSSEE might be. Their paranoia could be potentially at the highest degree due to being able to actually spot the visual hallucinations. There are a few outcomes from this scenario. They could potentially escape, assuming they have let go of their grief, but the question is, dependent on the grief they have, how would they show that they have truly let go? Things such as possessions could certainly show it, but what if they're grieving for their sight? How do they express that? The other outcome is, well, if they don't let go of that grief, what exactly does the LOOKSSEE take? It's going to take something that relates to their grief. In this case, if it's somebody who is very upset and hasn't let go of the fact of losing their sight, it might take their eyes. This makes these outcomes very hard to think about, and blind people could be very good targets for such a creature. But just like someone with sight, it all depends on their mindset. Overall, this is what could potentially happen if a blind person were to encounter CryptTV's LOOKSSEE. Anything right? Anything wrong? Let me know. If you like to see what happens when blind people are in horror scenarios, consider subscribing. And I also write my own creepypastas on this channel, for those who are interested in storytelling.